The corrected 1, 2, and 1, 3. Before that, I have my list up here. I do have my list. The 5 things I asked you to do last time. Remember the 5 items on my list? Michaela wasn't here. Did you get them though? My list of 5 things? Does anyone have a question about any of those 5 items I asked you to do? Anyone want to admit they haven't done all 5?
I'll admit.
Okay, which of the 5 have you not done?
I just didn't correct all of the ones in here.
Okay,
I did like.
Okay, that's a minor, so she hasn't done all of her corrections yet. A lot. So she's not done with that, but you're probably up to date for at least today. That's good. What are some other ones you haven't done? Yes?
I didn't get the book yet.
You didn't get the book yet?
Today and they were out. So
You're in luck. I knew that would happen. A couple people haven't bought the module packet yet, so you haven't corrected it yet either. There's 2 of them on the way, right? Any other issues accessing My Stat Lab? Are we able to do that? Yes?
I wasn't.
Oh, that's because you have to actually get...
I did add it, but
Uh-huh.
it still wouldn't let me.
It takes about 3 hours for it to show up on Canvas, so that might have just been the issue. Anybody who added the class will have a little bit of issue getting into it through Canvas for around 3 hours, what they're telling me. I don't know, it might be different. Yes?
I'm enrolled in class and it wouldn't let me access it.
Which is the it that wouldn't let you? Like,
From the same problem.
when you showed up on Canvas, it didn't show up there?
Yeah, I had a problem.
Let's look at it at the break, because it should show up there for you, yes. You couldn't,
Get my online textbook.
didn't know how to access the textbook?
No, I need help. It's just an error.
Sometimes that's a browser error. We'll maybe check that during the break too. I have a paper that tells you how to get to the textbook.
I
Yes?
had the class and within seconds it showed up on Canvas.
Seconds, less than 3 hours.
Yeah, it was on there.
Oh. So the rest of you, I don't know, just do what she did, right? Hopefully we'll figure it out. So it sounds like there's a handful of you that had some issues accessing, but maybe we'll do that at the break and figure out what it looks like. Yes?
Since I added the class too, I had the same problem where it wouldn't pop up and I couldn't do my homework for it. It's
Uh-huh.
not due till next week, right?
It's nothing's due until Monday, which is why I made it not due until Monday for these little issues right here. So if it's still not showing up, there's an issue. If you've added the course through Insight/WebAdvisor, if you've added the course, they're telling me it should show up on Canvas within 3 hours, or a few seconds if you're lucky. And once it's there, you just need to click on it and it will redirect you into My Stat Lab. So for those of you who are having issues, we'll try to look at it during the break or after class in the math lab if we need to. Other questions about my list of 5 things? Okay, for those of you who were not able to purchase the packet of notes, I knew that would happen. I did bring a few extras for people that don't have them yet. So please raise your hand if you do not have them yet. Hopefully it's not too many. So by Monday you'll have all 5 of these completed. Actually you'll have even more than those 5 because you have other homework assignments to do by Monday. No questions about the list of 5 things. I really hope the questions are because you're on top of it and not because you're so lost you don't know what to ask. Anybody in that boat? No one's willing to admit it. Okay. All right, so we're going to jump in. We're starting with section 1.2, the new section 1.2, right? Page 8. Page 8, 1.2. So last time we talked about how there might be bias and so forth when you're trying to collect a sample of data. Now we're going to talk about some terminology in terms of what kind of data we actually collect. Everything is data, even if it's not numbers. I could ask you what your favorite movie is, and that would be data. I'd be having all these different lists of movies and so forth, that would be data. And I might be interested in what the favorite movie is of all college students, not just you guys. And so that would be a different group. So we have like labels and terminology to talk about everything here. So we're jumping up at the top of page 8 there. Types of data. The first 2 lines are about parameter and statistic. They are both numbers or values that measure something. Maybe you want an average. We call it a mean in statistics, but maybe we want an average. Thank you. The average age in this room is different than the average age of all college students. They're both averages and they're both average ages, but the difference is you are a sample, you are a smaller group out of a bigger population. So when it talks here about a parameter, a numerical measurement describing a population, that's a number that would describe the large group. if I could actually get the average age for all college students ever. That's a lot of college students. But if I could go and get all those ages, that would be a parameter because it represents the large group. Notice parameter starts with a P, population starts with a P. Helpful to remember which one goes with which. And then a statistic describes a sample. A sample is a small group out of the bigger group. So if I happen to choose you guys as my sample, and I got your average age, that would be a statistic. The whole reason we learn statistics and all this terminology is that in real life, most of the time it's too time consuming to get the entire population and measure it. I mean, if I really wanted the average age of everybody, you think I'm really going to go get all those ages? But I will take the statistic and use that to approximate what it is for the large group. So you'll be asked, is this number a statistic or a parameter? Statistic means it represents a sample. They both start with S. And parameter for population. Are we okay about sample versus population? Population is the big group, sample is the small group. And then once we start collecting data, there's all types of data. Quantitative data, numerical, counts or measurements. What type of question might I ask you all that would be a quantitative variable?
Your age.
Age, I could ask you all your age, that's quantitative, you will tell me a number. That's quantitative data. What else could I ask?
Height.
Your height, that's quantitative. You're going to give me a number when I ask you your height. Anything else? I heard somebody quietly. Was it phone number? Phone number? Yeah, that's a number, quantitative. We wouldn't necessarily want to find the average phone number, but we could get numbers from each of you, right? The average phone number would be a little strange. We're going to actually talk about that in a little bit. But the phone number is quantitative. And we could list all day long. How many pets do you have? How many miles is it to your dad's work? Whatever. I mean, we could just all day long we could talk about quantitative data. Categorical data is data that's a name or a label. It's pretty much when your answer is a word, not a number, right? If I asked you your favorite movie, you all might give me different movies, but some of you might have the same one. Those are categories. How many people like The Terminator? How many people like Wizard of Oz? So we could count how many are in each category, but each of you would give me some words as opposed to giving me a number as an answer. A lot of people think that those are still quantitative because I might list. You know, if I ask you, raise your hand if you like to drink coffee. And I can tell you that there's 42 people who like to drink coffee. That's a number, but that's really a yes or no question. Your answer, your individual answer would either be yes or no. Yes, I like coffee. No, I don't. See the difference there? You be careful. Just because you see numbers doesn't make it quantitative. It's whether or not the individual answers are numbers or categories.
It's the answer.
Say that again?
It's the answer that.
Yes, it's the answer that matters, right? I once had some students who did a project who told me that the average, so they asked everyone what their favorite flavor of ice cream was. So, you know, there's chocolate, strawberry, Neapolitan, I don't remember what else they had, Rocky Road. And they told me that the average flavor of ice cream was 3.6. And I'm glad that people are laughing, which tells me we have a little bit of idea that that's wrong. But what they did is they took all the numbers in the categories. Maybe there were 6 people that said chocolate and 5 people that said strawberry. And they took those numbers and averaged them. But does it make sense that the average ice cream flavor is 3.6? Because those weren't actual quantitative numbers that made any sense. It was really categorical. So it would have been better if they said more people liked chocolate than strawberry or something like that. So categorical is anything that is a name or a label. Okay, on the difference there? Okay.